And we are good to go. Welcome, everyone. It's Rickzilla here with another spectacular event. Today, I'm going to be taking a look once again at the insane world of Adrasdea. Well, I've covered the first part of Adonis Paul's documentary on her, and let's just say things are still a bit effed up at this point. I mean, with what's going on with Adrastea's life, we all know that she has some sort of connection to the murder of Roberta Laws, even though I don't believe she actually she didn't kill Roberta, but she facilitated and covered up the murder, which of course is fucked up. But I'm not one to judge, since we all know that Adrasdea also has it out for Adonis Paul and the fuck people. And let's just say she is on a roller coaster of pure insanity. She actually does believe that Adonis Paul is out to get her because he's made countless he's done a lot of streams covering her and even roasting her at most points. But in actuality, she's basically the one who put this shit on herself. And now, oh hey Blue, good to see you again. I'm just covering Adonis's newest. I'm just covering Adrasdea again. So this video is titled Adonis Paul Gaslights, which of course because she didn't know about the murder until she walked in the house. She was told to keep quiet. If you've watched the documentary that Adonis Paul made, she was told to keep quiet about the murder. However, she didn't know about the murder that took place. She was told to get a shovel and cover it up. And of course, she was the one who went to the police. They didn't extradite her because she was an accessory. And she had no idea what was going on. That's probably why. Right now, she's PO'd at Adonis Paul again.
You hate me. I get...
Sorry. Up. I gotta get my properties up. Is that better? Oh shit. Yeah, she is. She's talking to Mr. Yes. In all these. Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more, dude. Let me check to see if my audio is working.
That.
Oh, it is working.
It doesn't give you the right to be complete assholes all the time. So here's the thing. I messaged one person asking for some money.
Mr. Yes.
I messaged that person because I knew who it was. It was Adonis Paul. He was messaging me a couple of weeks ago, and I had the number still on my phone. And since they're the ones that have completely decimated my financial support, he's the one I messaged because I need my phone bill paid.
Now, Adonis, is it true that Adrasdea lost her support due to the fuck people's interference? Or is she just making that shit up? Because knowing Adrasdea, it's obvious that she's making shit up just for attention. I thought it was her Meemaw that Kenneth threatened to kill. Really, Adonis? I thought it was Meemaw that Kenneth threatened to kill. Oh, hey, Vila. How are you going? How's it going?
So I'm going to show the screenshots to prove that this happened. So I message him my PayPal. He messages back, oh, I don't know who you are. Who are you? Why are you messaging random people?
Exactly. One of the things I've learned about this is that she always assumes that people are this person. She basically likes to jump to conclusions. She is insane.
Just after he messaged me that, he commented on my YouTube.
Oh.
Telling people that I was mass messaging my entire contact list asking for money. No. I didn't mass message my entire contact list. I messaged you.
Damn.
Specifically. And you went and told everybody that I mass messaged everybody. That's how I know that you're the one that received the message, because I only sent it to one person. Yeah, so you're telling me you don't know who I am, but you're telling everybody else what I've done.
She's a bit
crazy.
That
doesn't really match up. So then he starts messaging from multiple other accounts. He's got 4 people messaging me now. Telling me that I'm garbage, that I don't deserve help. That truck is very loud. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Oh, I'm not saying she is garbage, but she's basically garbage because we all know her story. And we all know the books. Well, Adonis knows the books. Some of the people who follow me, they don't know about the books yet. Well, actually, they do know the books since Adonis talked about it in his documentary, the book I Will Never Stop Screaming, which was basically a ripoff to A Child Called It, from what I know.
Okay, so messaging me from like 4 different accounts, telling me that he's a different person on each account. None of them have any idea who I am, but all of them somehow know that I'm behind on my rent. And then he left a voice message saying that he was going to have me evicted if I don't pay by July 4th. That's not how a Section 8 apartment works. It's literally impossible for y'all to get me evicted from my Section 8 apartment that took me 3 years to get just because I don't have money. Because I got the apartment specifically because I don't have money. The government's paying the most of the rent. Yes, I was expected to pay $27 a month.
Yeah, I agree, Adonis. She basically was egging. She basically was telling Kenneth McBride to get rid of Roberta Laws. However, he must have misheard her, right? He must have misheard her. But we knew that Kenneth was batshit insane from the start. And he's capable of committing any crime, even murder.
But since I
think Kenneth was considering about getting rid of Roberta in the first place. Am I right?
I don't have $27 a month. I can't very well pay it. And asking, well, you can afford weed, but you can't afford rent. $5 for weed is a lot more easier to obtain than $30 for rent. It's
And
a
yes,
hell of a lot.
in case you're wondering, Vila, this woman is living in Section 8 housing, and the rent is the rent in those places is very cheap. However, she uses that money on weed, according to the second documentary on her, which of course is somewhat true. I know, you said that in the documentary.
A lot easier to obtain $5 a day than it is to obtain $30, especially now that he's made everybody hate me and want me to die.
Okay,
I wear stuff that I pulled out of the garbage, and he tells people that I'm spoiled and living in luxury and stealing from rich people.
okay, that part where she's saying she steals clothes from the garbage. Those clothes she's wearing look too clean to be from the garbage.
Y'all realize the shoes I'm wearing I found?
Okay, those I believe are
These
from...
shoes that I'm still using are the same ones that I found on the street
I believe so.
when I first left the truck.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. How could I forget about the truck? How can I forget? Oh no, I didn't forget about the truck. I mean, she was basically loitering in a truck, in that truck that guy lent her. And all she had to do was get a job and, I don't know, better herself. But all she wanted to do was cry and play Super Nintendo on Super Nintendo. Which, of course, I don't have a problem with Let's Plays, but she's basically trying to leech off the government. She's trying to leech off of people.
My shoes came from the street. My glasses came from the garbage. I used to wear a necklace that I found in the street. I smoke weed that I find in the gutter. I am not a spoiled, selfish, rich person that's just trying to take advantage of people.
When did she say?
I'm literally struggling to survive. And I'm tired of the mind games. If you don't want to help me, fine, but you don't get to just attack me.
Okay, Blue, I'll answer that one. Okay, Blue, I'll answer that one. The murder took place in 2009, a decade ago. A decade ago. February of 2009, I think. And I should know, I saw the article, and from what I understand, Kenneth McBride has a history of criminal activity. I mean, he was a convicted child molester. And he has a lot of priors to his name. But
me constantly.
with what I understand with Adrasdea's craziness is that she's always crazy. And now let's take a look at the system. Thursday.
Okay, so
Thursday. I'm looking at the recent shit from Adrasdea. Feel free to comment all you want. Exactly, that's what I said.
it's Thursday.
It's chicken fried steak.
I have got to figure out how to get my GR back. That's going to be my goal for the day. The phone is only on for 2 more days, so I don't know how they're going to do a phone interview with me if I can't.
Well, that's because, well, Blue, I'll answer that one, Blue. That's because her grandmother inherited money. Had an her late grandfather left her grandmother a large inheritance. That's where that's where the money came from. From what I understand. That's what the cousin told. What the cousin told the Royce Lopez on Daybreak Radio. Sorry. I always have to shield my stuff out.
Can't figure out how to get this situated soon. I'm working on it. I'm working on getting through. You know, I'm overwhelmed, basically all the time, and I'm cutting down drastically on my weed, so it's a bit harder for me because I don't have nearly as much anxiety relief as I used to, because I don't have as much help as I used to, because these people have decimated my entire support system, just absolutely decimated it. I have very, very little support at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there, Adrasdea. From what Adonis Paul has told me, you basically acted like a complete spoiled brat and told your supporters to fuck off, or you basically spat in the people who tried to help you. You spat in the faces of those who tried to help you. Am I correct, Adonis?
Because of the things that they have been saying that are not true. They literally haven't proven anything, but their lies are enough to make people hate me, which is it's what I'm scared of.
She's afraid that people are gonna stop believing her. Oh, she is no, her grandmother's dead, Blue. I can answer that one. Her grandmother passed away years ago. She is a professional bum, Yato. She was living on the street for 5 years. Until she got her Section 8 housing in early this year.
You know, they talk enough and people...
Also, Yato, this woman was living in a truck and she used a Burger King cup and a wooden bowl as a commode. Let that sink in. Also, she likes to play the victim and cry all the time every time she doesn't get her way, and she's suicide baited everyone into feeling sorry for her. She's kind of like Shani, except she doesn't have kids or a significant other to, gaslight. Lunch is a necessity.
People are going to start actually attacking me. But, you know, that's where I'm at now. I'm down to half a gram of weed a day.
Half a gram of
I
weed.
only smoke at night now. So, like, right now, I have had nothing since last night. And I'm not going to have anything until at least 5 o'clock. Try to hold off till then, if I can. Everybody just says, well, just get...
Blue... You should have seen some of the early video. You should see Hatman's video on her. She basically screams at people constantly when people don't take her seriously. She's said that people like Adonis Paul and Daybreak Radio were out to get her, where they say that they were trying to kill her. And there are some videos that I think, if you take a look at some of the documentaries, like the video that Hatman made on her, she was screaming at her phone saying, "Adonis, put it on 4chan!" He say, "Show us the blood!" Yeah, that kind.
Job. You just don't want to work. Just get a job and you can buy all the weed you want.
Hey, bro guy.
It's not that easy. For one, it's not that I don't want to work. Okay.
She doesn't want to work, really. She really doesn't want to.
We should go ahead and clear something up right now. Nobody wants to work. Like, literally, nobody wants to work. Nobody wants to have to work to survive. Nobody wants to waste their lives behind a desk in order to be able to eat. Nobody wants that.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with that, Adrasdea. You see, yes, it's true, nobody does want to work, but they have to in order to survive. They have to get up and work a 9-to-5 job in order to put food on their table. It's a necessity to have to work to make ends meet so that they can afford things. That's something you should think of, because honestly, you look like you haven't worked a single day in your life. Me, on the other hand, I'm trying to like get back on my feet. I'm gonna get back on my feet and finish my education. Well, my associate's degree, so that I could go on to get a bachelor's in film and shit.
So telling me that I don't want to do that, okay, that makes me pretty normal, doesn't it? Because nobody wants to do that.
It's like saying nobody wants to go to school, but you have to. You have to go to school in order to learn to better yourself. You have to go to work to make money. Nobody wants to do it, but they have to. It's how they survive, is by learning, adapting, and putting their effort.
Other people do it because they're able to. I'm not, because I'm not mentally well. The first time a customer pops off at me, I'm going to go right back at him. And then I'm going to get fired. Because you can't just talk to people like that. You have to have a filter of some sort. If you're going to work in customer service, you have to be sociable. You have to know how to talk to people without being offensive and just not understandable.
Yeah. You're not the type of person who's qualified for a desk job. I mean, maybe manual labor might be suitable, but volunteer work, I don't know. But then again, you're just coming up with excuses on why you don't want to get a job. That's basically what I'm seeing from you, is all of this is just excuses to not want to work. I mean, I've made better excuses. I keep saying I've made better excuses, but that's because I'm trying to better myself. Right now, I don't have any work skills yet, but I want to learn how to acquire those skills. And that's why I want to continue my education, so that I could acquire the skills necessary for getting a job. And also there are jobs you can do at home, and you don't have to leave your house. You can work through like customer service at home. You can do like online work. You can do online stuff, but I know damn well you don't want to do that, because you don't want to put in the efforts to better your situation. Like I said, there are jobs you can do at home. You just
I don't know how to do that. I don't have social skills. Nobody will believe me. You know, my childhood fucked me up, and nobody will even believe it happened because my family denies it. Ooh. Abusers deny being abusive. Shocking. Of course, we should believe them. Stroke the fuzzy wall.
Oh God, here we go.
Stroke the fuzzy wall.
I heard that from Get 'Em to the Greek.
To the point. So people tell me I just don't want to work. There's hiring signs everywhere. There's a shortage of workers right now. Yeah.
Again, there are jobs you can do at home.
Do you know why there's a shortage of people that are willing to do those jobs? Because they're not being paid enough to deal with the general public, who is becoming increasingly more volatile and cruel, and nobody wants to deal with it anymore for the minimal amount of money that is available for it. So now, normal, blue-collar, working-class people refuse to be degraded and belittled and treated like a wild animal while being servants.
Again, like the stream. Right now, I've got 7 people watching. I got 7 people watching. We gotta get those numbers up. For the 7 people watching, please share this with your friends. Try to get everybody to take a look at this person, because I like to introduce people to this person too. I mean, there's a short community of people who know about her, and that's usually people who are fans of Adonis Paul and Daywave Radio, and even some people who are fans of Hatman who know about her.
And being paid fees. The blue collar people are done. They're saying we're not doing it anymore. We're human beings. We deserve at least respect.
Excuse me.
If we can't have respect, we deserve the money to take care of our mental health and our physical health, so that we can deal with the constant disrespect that happens at work. So, what do the upper class say?
Oh, God.
Shit. Our servants aren't working anymore.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are we gonna go there, Adrasdea? Are we gonna go and say, oh, it's the big corporations that are gonna suffer? Yeah. Those people are laughing their way to the banks, while most people who have to slave away at a 9 to 5.
We don't want to pay them more. Let's get servants that are more worthless than them. So they go out and they start looking at the homeless and the mentally unwell and the disabled and saying, you could work. That McDonald's over there has a now hiring sign, and they really need somebody to work, because I would like to be able to get my burgers faster. And also, I need to be able to tell somebody that they're a stupid bitch for oversalting my fries. And you look worthless enough to be able to yell at for $4 an hour? Yeah. Take your mentally ill ass over there and get a job so that we can degrade and belittle you and make you feel like garbage and then not give you enough money to actually take care of yourself. But you deserve that. You fully deserve that because you're just a worthless, stupid, disabled bitch, right?
Okay. Does she know that there are programs who can help the mentally ill find, and doesn't she know that there are programs that help mentally ill try to like gain employment? Does she know about the job training programs? Again, mental illness is not an excuse to why you don't want to work. How many times has people have been saying this? Mental illness is not an excuse to be a lazy bum. But I'm not expecting an Adrasdea to listen to reason.
You're being paid, so why complain? No, thank you. I'm not able to work and I'm not going to force myself to get there before I'm ready. I'm working on myself so that I can get to a place where I can work. But it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen while I'm constantly being abused online.
Okay, the abuse online is your fault, Mary. I mean, you basically put yourself out there for everyone else to see. You've put your phone number, your email address, and even your home address out there. Sorry, I just had to clear my throat. Regardless, there are companies and programs that don't even care about online footprints. Like I said, there are programs that can help the mentally handicapped find employment. And hell, even people with mental illnesses have jobs as well. This is not some anecdotal evidence, but it's not anecdotal evidence, but there are people who are mentally handicapped who do have who have jobs. Hell, my cousin, who is mentally challenged, works for the railroad, for the transit system. I mean, yes, there are some people who have severe mental illnesses who can't keep a job for more than 2 weeks. I mean, look at Shanny. But again, a mental illness should not be a handicap for you to not find employment.
It's not going to happen while I have nobody in real life to lean on. There's a lot that has to happen in my life before I'm going to be able to just get a job.
Again, your history isn't... Again, your history shouldn't be a handicap. I've seen people come up with better excuses to not wanting to work. Sorry.
And currently, there are a lot of people fighting against me getting to that point simply because they don't accept that I'm not capable of working now. Because they don't accept that my life is what it is. It's not for you to decide whether I'm capable of working. It's for my doctors and my therapist to decide, and they have decided. You people have absolutely no idea what the truth actually is, because you've been talking to my family.
Nice.
And they have been lying about me my entire life.
Excuse me, Mary. You basically put that shit out there for everyone else to see. You've made lies about yourself in your book and on your YouTube channels. You've made a lot of stories up defaming. You've basically have committed the cardinal sin of defamation of character. You have defamed your family. You have defamed people like Royce Lopez, Adonis Paul, Virgie. You have slandered your relatives. And, of course, they're going to call you out because, well, it's obvious you have a penchant for lying. And do you really think we're that stupid, Mary? Do you really think that we're gonna buy into your bullshit? You're selling it, but I ain't buying it. I cannot, for the life of me, believe what you say because, again, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. And everyone knows that most of the things that you say are basically fabricated just so that just to make you look like a poor victim. You do this pity party crap for almost 5 years now, 6 years since you've been on YouTube. You've been doing this for like 6 years, and you've basically have made a career out of being a complete leech. You take advantage of people's hospitalities, and then you go and lambaste them for not believing your sob story. I honestly have no arguments against you because a lot of people have uncovered the truth about you and how much of a burden you are on society.
I've shown y'all messages from people that grew up near us that remember the feces wielding crazy people that my parents were. They were on meth. My mom got arrested one night for running down the street drunk, jumping on cars and barking at dogs.
I agree, bro guy. I agree.
And they asked her what was happening, and she said that the dogs were barking at her first. Okay? That was my childhood that nobody will ever believe happened. It did. And I have to somehow cope with it. And
I know it's kind of boring just to hear her say this shit, but to me, I kind of find it interesting to see where she's getting this information or how she's fabricating this, because I see this pattern constantly. She acts so sincere and says that all these people are evil to me. And, yeah, it's boring just to watch her because most of the things she says kind of bores you to tears, but again, they also can intrigue you, especially when she goes into her manic episodes.
And overcome it and learn how to be a regular person with the whole world seemingly pushing against me doing that. Pushing against me being a real person, pushing against me getting better. Because they don't believe I deserve to get better. They don't believe there's anything wrong with me that I need to get over. And since they don't believe my life, they won't allow me to heal from my life. They won't allow me to heal from a life that they don't believe happened, and it's not their life to decide. It's mine. It's my memories. It was my father touching me. It was my life. And it's not for anybody else to tell me that it's not true just because they talked to somebody who said that it wasn't true. Somebody who wasn't actually there.
Exactly. That's basic. Exactly. And if you saw that in the I'm glad you brought that up, bro guy. She does this just for attention. Kind of like Shani, she always threatens suicide just for attention, just so that people will feel sorry for her. That's why she's been doing those e-begging videos when Rev ran out of money. Is that she's crying because she wants the attention. She wants people to... She sees that other people are getting paid for doing videos on her, and she wants to get in on that. However, she's doing it all wrong. A lot of people have been donating money to her through Cash App, but in actuality, most of those people were just doing it just for the boys. And yes, I keep shilling out my PayPal. I mean, it's a generosity is always the best thing in life. And again, I like to give a shout out to Chase the Train, who donated $25. Unfortunately, I've spent most of that on super chats, but it's basically a necessity. But it's basically for a good cause. It's basically a good cause for a good cause. Again, thank you, Chase the Train, for donating. I hope to see you in my live streams again. I mean, if you're up for it. You're a really good dude, and thank you. Thank you for your generosity.
Or wouldn't be honest about it.
Like I said, the money I would receive from PayPal would go to a good cause. It would go to help supporting content creators, as well as other handles.
If it was. I'm not lying about what I've gone through. I'm not lying about what I'm going through. I am not physically well at this moment because I don't take care of myself, and I see no reason to take care of myself when everybody hates me.
Again, Mary, all that shit, all the bad shit that people are saying about you is your fault. I mean, you basically put your shit out there for everyone else to see, and you basically have admitted vicariously that you were involved with a murder, even though you didn't take part in it, but you covered it up. And let's not forget the fact that you were always mentally unstable from the beginning.
All I want is to be able to exist and heal.
I know, it's boring to hear her cry about how, oh, everybody doesn't like me. All these people are being mean to me. I can't find a job. It's the same song and dance I've heard from Shani and Rev.
And nobody's going to allow me to do that. Because my aunt had to interfere. She had to call and tell her story, which is not the truth in any way.
Okay, so in case you're wondering what she's talking about right here, her aunt and her cousin, her Aunt Kathy and her cousin Sarah, called Royce Lopez and on Dave Wave Radio to talk about the lies that Mary Adrasdea has told in her books about how her family is pure evil. In actuality, she's basically the one perpetrating all this bullshit. She's the one who basically caused emotional pain for her family. I don't know if the story about her slitting her wrists is true, but I can attest to that. She has always been a spoiled brat since she was a child. And she will play the victim and cry just to get her way. She throws temper tantrums like a child whenever she doesn't get her way.
She lied. She lied because she...
Oh, catch me if you can. I'm talking to... In case you were here, you were you were catching up. This woman, Adrasdea, is crying about how everyone is not believing her story because her aunt told the truth. And she's crying about how she can't get a job and how she can't work because she's mentally ill. It's the same story I've heard from Shani and Rev. Oh, I can't work because I have a mental illness. I can't work because I have borderline personality disorder. And there's my notification. Sorry about that. There, I put on do not disturb.
Stole a whole lot from me, and she doesn't want anybody to ever listen to me and actually look into what happened with that will.
Oh, catch me if you can. This is Adrasdea. She's basically she's a crazy person who's been living on the street for 5 years, and then she lived in a truck, and then now she has like a Section 8 housing. She is I wouldn't say she's barely infamous for telling lies about her family and making pity party. I mean, she's known for crying on camera, and threatening suicide as a way to get people to pity her. This woman has been trolled to oblivion by anonymous users calling her number. And what she does is she answers when in actuality you should ignore the calls because most of those are just prank calls. This woman has been trolled constantly for almost 5 years. And she throws a hissy fit every time she doesn't get her way. She has threatened suicide in almost every video she makes. She was featured on In the Know as a puff piece.
If anybody did.
Also, she helped. Also, Catch Me If You Can. This woman helped commit a. Well, actually, she didn't commit it, but one of her ex-boyfriends, who was a convicted child molester, murdered his fiance, a 46-year-old woman with cerebral palsy. And she helped cover up the murder by cleaning up the crime scene and getting a shovel and aiding in burying the body.
They would see exactly the kind of people my family were. But they're just going to keep telling me that never happened. I'm just a crazy person.
And she is crazy. She's batshit insane. And here's one of the videos where she cries about how... Okay, no. This is from saying, I blocked this one person 11 times. How is it not harassment? 11 times they have made new accounts simply to threaten and harass me over a murder I did not commit. The only reason anyone thinks I murdered someone is because of Dave Wave Radio, Adonis Paul, JJ Stoner, Virgie G, Hatman, and Royce Lopez. Oh, she did mention Hatman. Oh, good for her. They lied for attention and donations, and now I'm being harassed daily. They lied, and I'm being harassed. Yeah. Yep. She's blocking people constantly, and a lot of people are... Oh, you have no ideas. And now here's one of the suicide baiting. Well, she did go to the police and confessed that her ex-boyfriend committed the murder, and now he's serving life in prison without the possibility of parole, without parole. Exactly, she was exactly, Vila.
It was not a telemarketer or a scammer. It was this restricted number that has called me multiple times.
In case you're wondering, yeah, she's had troll blow up her phone constantly, making crank calls and harassing her. She's been trolled to oblivion constantly.
Every goddamn day I get calls from restricted.
And every time she gets a call from these people, she always throws a hissy fit every time someone calls her number. She doxed herself more than once. In case you're wondering what this is about.
And when I answered it, he said, "This is Adonis Paul. Kill yourself." And I tried to record it, and I wasn't fast enough because he says it so fast, and then he hangs up. I have literally 2 seconds.
That's not Adonis Paul, by the way. It was a guy pretending. And Adonis was in the chat earlier. Shout out to Adonis Paul for making the 2 Adrasdea documentaries. We wouldn't know who this crazy person is if it weren't for him and Hatman and Daywave Radio.
Seconds.
And JJ Stoner and Royce Lopez. Don't forget those 2.
To start the goddamn recorder and make sure my headphones aren't plugged in so that it will record the audio before he's gone. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. It's not a telemarketer. A telemarketer would not have called and said that they were Adonis Paul. Telemarketers don't claim to be other people. They call and they try to sell you something. This person called and said, this is Adonis Paul. Kill yourself. That's not a telemarketer. No telemarketer is ever going to call me and tell me to kill myself. That's not a telemarketer, you fucking pieces of shit. That's not a telemarketer.
It was a crank call, by the way. It was a crank call, and now we're gonna get into some food porn.
Food. We got shrimp, chicken, and gluten-free noodles made with rice and corn. This was actually a hard meal for me to get today because, you know, I had all of this in my freezer. And I went out.
Yep. She has the cooking skills of Lucas Werner.
3 times today to get food. And I kept riding around and I couldn't figure out what I wanted. I couldn't decide what I wanted. I went to multiple stores and just, you know, my eating disorder causes me to do things like this. I say I'm hungry and then I'll walk around for hours without actually getting food.
Yeah.
So I finally made it home for the 3rd time and forced myself to just fix what I had in the freezer.
Again, this woman has the cooking skills of Lucas Werner.
Which looks delicious. But I'm still not that anxious to eat it. Because I don't like eating. I didn't really eat yesterday. So I really do need to eat as much of this as I can.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of crazy shit that Adrasdea has said. Now here's some. Now let me show you some.
Help me.
Help me!
Please.
This is from May 31st.
Somebody.
Memorial Day weekend.
Help me.
Help me! Memorial Day.
My life has become a hell that even I couldn't have imagined. And I've lived through some
Cry me a
hellish
river.
times.
Cry me a river. Cry me a river.
Please, somebody help me.
I know, it does look like rabbit turds.
They're gonna take away my home.
They're gonna take away my home. Who does that remind you of, guys?
They've already taken away my funds.
I think I've seen.
My friends, my support.
I think I've seen this before.
And now they're trying to take my home. That they never even allowed me to turn into a home.
Help me!
I didn't do anything.
Oh, I think I've seen this one. I just like to look at it.
I didn't do anything.
I just want to see her manic episodes. I know it sounds immature, for me. And I'm not on her actual channel. I'm on a backup channel called Adrasdea Revived, which basically archives some of the videos that Adrastea's put out that she has been privatizing. Also want to give a shout out to Adrasdea Revived for archiving this shit. I hope it's an archive channel.
People. I was living my life.
I had the good life.
When they started using my videos and lying about me.
Yes.
If they had never...
Yes, catch me if you can. Yes, people did give her money. People do give her money. They donate to her PayPal. I'm not saying that's a right thing, but she also received, like, I don't know if she receives disability checks. I think she does receive disability checks for... Because she lives in one of those Section 8 housings. Oh, damn.
Started lying about me, this would not be happening.
In case you're wondering, the people she's talking about are her family, Adonis Paul, Royce Lopez, JJ Stoner, Dave Wave Radio, and Virgie G, and Hatman. She's complaining about how these people are ruining her life, when in actuality, they're just pointing out the fallacies in her stories. And I'm pretty sure I'm one of those people too now, since I'm basically learning about her.
If that one show...
Because people like Shani, Rev, G-Man, and Von Helton, they become stale. And that's why I don't like to... And, of course, it goes to show that I was basically being a clout chaser. So, I'm gonna, like, distance my content from... Shift away from Shani content and just focus on this person. As well as other unknown lolcows that no one's ever heard of.
Had not began calling me a murderer, I would be allowed to live my life right now. I would be allowed to go in the kitchen and make myself some breakfast. Instead of sitting here shaking and cold because I haven't eaten yet. I wouldn't be waking up.
Oh, hey, Billy.
To kill my...
Oh, since Billy is here. One of these, I'm going to show something about a dude who twerks. Oh, since Billy's here, I'm going to show this. Bad and bougie. Sorry. I'm gonna mute it. This is gonna be one of the lolcows I'm gonna be looking at in the near future. This is a sneak preview of some of the lolcows I'm gonna be looking at. That's gonna be one of the lolcows I'm gonna be looking at in the near future. Oh, please. That was some... Oh my god. There's Billy. Also, I want to congratulate Billy and Brand for ripping into Von Helton. I mean... But... Like I said, now that I'm moving away from Shani content, now that she no longer has a YouTube channel, even though most of the videos are on her Instagram, however, I'm gonna distance myself from Shani because I've got some other locales I want to look at that no one's ever talked about. I'm going to be looking at Adrasdea as well as this other person that I just showed on my screen. Because I'm going to be showing a lot of new locales that no one's ever heard of.
Myself every day. They only do it because Daywave convinced them that I am a murderer that deserves this. I'm
9
not.
people watching, folks. 9 people watching.
They've shown zero proof.
For the 9 people watching, is it okay that I ask you guys to like share this stuff around? Get the word out? Let everybody know who this girl is?
Had 4 months to investigate this, and they've shown zero proof that any of it was my fault.
Again, I have to emphasize this. She wasn't the one who committed the murder. She was the one who who helped cover it up. She basically told her ex-boyfriend, who is... Do I have to repeat myself again? Her ex-boyfriend was a piece of shit who is a criminal and a murderer, a child predator and a murderer who murdered her wheel-bound fiance. And she helped cover it up.
Every day they make videos and they make hundreds of dollars.
She's referring to people like Royce Lopez and Adonis Paul. Like I said, and didn't Royce Lopez say at one time that he was going to leave her alone? However, she wouldn't stop talking about her. I mean, she wouldn't stop talking about... Sorry, she wouldn't stop talking about how Royce is a mean person, and... Yeah. That didn't end well.
Well, they have completely destroyed my entire existence and led people... Fucking people...
The channel, Blue, the channel is her name, Adrasdea. Type in Adrasdea. This is a re-upload channel. The actual channel is called Adrasdea. To me, I kind of find Adrasdea an interesting case study on people with mental illness who play the victim 24/7. She's a contrast from Shani because as much as I don't like Shani, as much as I think she's a piece of shit, Adrasdea is nowhere as bad as her. She's basically living in a Section 8 housing. And, I mean, she should be happy that she's getting this income. But she wants to whine and make herself feel the victim. Kind of like how Shani does the same thing. I mean, she should be happy that she has a place to live. But she has to create turmoil because because she wants attention. As much as people keep saying that, tell her to leave the internet, she just can't. Because in her mind, this is all she has left.
People are with pitchforks and screaming to kill me. They're going to be contacting my Section 8 building. They've already threatened to contact my therapist in the past, my doctor. They're going to destroy my entire existence because of a lie that they still haven't proven.
Okay. A lie? She lies all the time. So, what makes this lie different? The fact is that people are now starting to see well, there are people who are starting to see past her facade. They know that she is lying about the whole thing. I mean, the part where she's talking about donating, the part where she has talked about the murder and how she wasn't really involved in the murder. She just facilitated and covered it up. She was covering it up. Or actually, she helped cover it up. That's true. It's in a news article.
They lied. Wave lied. Royce lied. JJ lied. I am not a murderer. They lied. They lied, and my life has been turned to hell for the last 4 months because of it.
Okay, now, again, Dave Wave Radio's host, Royce Lopez, tried to leave Adrasdea alone, but she just won't stop talking about him. So he had no other choice but to talk about her again. And Dave Wave Radio also covered Shandy for Christ on several shows. Remember the show where she was screaming at people who were donating money to her? Royce was covering that. Royce also covered the mess that Shani and Rev left behind after they left that townhouse. And Royce Lopez is also the host of a noon show, an afternoon program called Revenge of the Sis with Michael Murph. Or Mike Murr. I love what Royce Lopez and Murr introduced me to people who are just about as weird and obscure lolcows that I'll be covering on my channel soon.
Somebody please help me. Please, somebody help me. Please.
Help me!
Please, somebody help me. I can't do this. I can't live like this.
Also, like the stream and subscribe for more if you want to see more of this stuff.
I have no friends. I have no money. I have no help. And I'm being told every day to kill myself for something that I did not do.
Okay, that part I'm just gonna... Yeah. Yeah, that part, yeah, I know. And I'll be looking at some of the lesser known lolcows.
Oh, because somebody
that
else...
the Geek Room and Dragnot and Black Eye TV and Secular haven't covered. I'll be looking at lesser known lolcows on my channel. That people like Royce Lopez have covered. I'm borrowing some of Royce's lolcows while looking for my own lolcows.
wanted to make more money. They made more money because of what they're doing to me. That's why they did it. That's why they won't stop, because people are paying them.
Well, that's super chat
I
money.
want my life back.
I want my life back.
My
Give
life
me
was
back
very
my life.
simple. It would be pathetic compared to a lot of y'all's, but it was mine.
It was.
I just got my home this year and they're going to take it away from me. They mail things to me. They put things in my mailbox. They follow me. I am scared. I am scared. And I am hopeless for this to ever end.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, you're not gonna see my stuff. Barcelona. Sorry, you won't be able to see my stuff. Oh, sorry, my bad.
I didn't kill anybody. Daywave lied.
No, they didn't.
My family lied.
No, they didn't.
Lied. They lied so that you would hate me. And it worked.
Yeah, pretty much, Platty. Pretty much.
You all watch me waiting for me to die. Because you believe that I'm this horrible.
No, sorry.
Me waiting for me. And now you all hate me, and now you all watch me waiting for me to die. So that you would hate me. And it worked.
It does work.
And now you all hate me, and now you all watch me waiting for me to die. Because you believe that I'm this horrible, murdering person. I never killed anybody.
No, she hasn't. Like I said, I don't believe
anybody.
I don't believe she's the murderer. Well, she
I've
did.
been abused my whole life.
That I can believe.
I just spent the last 5 years of my life homeless. I spent an entire year during a pandemic where everybody else was locked in their homes. I spent that year in a truck, shitting in a bowl.
Yeah, I saw that.
I have been fighting so hard to live, to get to a place where life would be good enough.
I don't know.
I could heal
I don't know.
And be a real person like everybody else. And the second life got to that place, they started tearing me down. Beating on me emotionally, spreading lies about me and trying to hurt me. These men want me dead for no reason. I didn't do anything to them.
Oh, yes.
I wasn't talking about them on my channel before they took my videos and sent their subscribers over to call me a murderer. I wasn't talking about any of these people. I wasn't talking about Kiwi Farms or any of them. But now that's all my life is, because I wake up every day to these death threats. And I know that they're going to do it. They're going to hurt me. They know where I live.
I get well, I don't get death threats that much.
There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I can't even go and get myself a gram of weed to keep myself calm because I'm completely out of money. So I just have to sit here and be scared and wait day after day and wait and wonder, is today the day they're gonna come?
I think Hatman covered this in some of his videos. In his video on her, is that she's always crying about how she's scared that people are gonna come and rape her or people are gonna come and murder her. It's the same song and dance I've heard from her since I first learned about her. Okay. Off tangent. Done.
Is today the day they're gonna show up? Is today the day I'm gonna get kicked out of my home because they've been lying to people? God help me.
Save me, God.
God, please. Somebody hear me. Somebody help me. Please help me. Please. Help me, please. Help me, please. Help me.
Help me!
Please help me.
Help me!
Somebody.
It's sad to watch, isn't it?
Please. Please.
Actually,
help me.
I did see some tears.
Please help me.
She just wiped them away. All right. That's gonna do it for today. Just before I go, I just want to show you a palette cleanser on some future videos, on a sneak preview of what I want to cover on my channel. Some classic shit from because I'm gonna be going back in time. So before I go, I want to show you a sneak preview of what I want to cover in my video. Just a little. I just figured I'd end off with a palette cleanser, you know, just to get away from all this sad sob story. So before I go, here's a little something just to cleanse your palates. Uh-oh. I call this a trip back in time with a little
Welcome to Barcelona Boomers.
Okay, before I play this video, this is from a YouTube channel called Fate of Kings, and this was basically a mockumentary on, boomers.
Brought to you by Unauthorized TV. Starring Vox Day,
Teddy Spaghetti.
this fat guy and his wife, and Owen Benjamin.
I just want to show you
Just
something.
get a divorce and go travel. Fail to pass on your culture and enjoy a new one. The hell with your kids. Fuck 'em. Walk the streets of Europe like a fag.
Oh, okay, that was funny.
Make sure you bring a map used berg. Buy useless shit. Blow that pension big boy. Saddle the next generation with debt and rub it in their faces. Oh look, the ocean. So pretty. Shall I take a selfie? Very cringe. Indulge
Indulgence.
in endless indulgences. So many indulgences. Indulgences all the time. Relax in the sauna like a gaylord. Drink your sorrows away. Stuff your fat face. Have another bite, you fat fuck. Dog walks galore. Slow down, you're going to have a fall, you geriatric fuck. Start a garden and stream from the orchards like a queer. Wow. That looks like shit. Are you bored? Play a little hot dish. Shit man, this game sucks ass. Is Christianity in the way of your depravities?
Yes.
No problem. Burn it all down and
Oh,
watch it on Fox News.
oh, damn.
We're happy you can join us and hope you enjoy the show. Don't forget to sign up to Steven Crowder's Mug Club. So based.
It is based. Barcelona Boomers. You're gonna... I've been wanting to cover this fake mockumentary by this YouTube channel, Fate of Kings, which is an awesome making mockumentaries because it's funny. Okay, that was just a little palate cleanser. Alright, that was just a little palate cleanser for this. Anyway, that's going to do it for this stream. I hope you guys liked it. Again, I'll be covering more unknown lolcows that nobody's ever talked about on my channel. And thank you for watching. Sorry that I've been going off on tangents, but regardless, I just want to say thank you for coming out and supporting me. If you want to see more of these streams, please subscribe to my channel, click the bell notification, and if you wish to just throw a few dollars my way. Again, I have a PayPal that you can donate to. That's pretty much it. And that being said, I am Rickzilla, and I will see you guys next time.